For Wall Street Media, this is Nikki. I'm here with Doug, and we'll help you make money in the stock market with information you can't find anywhere else.
Hey, kiddo. Happy afternoon.
Happy afternoon.
Guys, happy show. We've got some super cool small caps. It's a brutal market right now, but these guys are getting close, man. Who do we have? Infinity. Good partnership, right? What do we have?
Great partnership. Stephen Holtzman, Chairman and CEO of Infinity Pharmaceuticals, INFI, talks about their partnership with AstraZeneca.
I'll remind you that our HSP90 program, which is our major program in the company in terms of expense, is done in an alliance with AstraZeneca. It's a worldwide R&D and commercial collaboration. We receive very attractive economics up front and in terms of milestones, but most importantly, half of the cost of the entire program is borne by AstraZeneca. And what I mean by that is regardless of whether they incur the expense or we incur the expense, you take the total expense and you split it 50-50. And similarly, with respect to worldwide profits, regardless of who makes the sale, we will get 50% of worldwide profits. We do, in fact, have a co-promotion right in the United States as well. And we're delighted. This is a deal we signed with MedImmune, which was then acquired by AstraZeneca. A lot of people say, well, what happened when the big pharma guy stepped in? It's turned out to be wonderful because they are truly experts in oncology, and they've brought their global oncology infrastructure to bear. It's a lot easier to imagine them running a multi-thousand phase 3 lung cancer or breast cancer trial worldwide than it would be ourselves and MedImmune. And some of their senior-most people in oncology are members of the joint management team for this collaboration. So that's our anti-chaperone program. Let me now turn to our hedgehog pathway program, which Krish mentioned, IPI 926. Hedgehog is an important emerging target in cancer in a variety of different kinds of settings. Hedgehog is a growth factor, which is involved in embryogenesis, which is on in the embryo and typically quiescent in the adult. However, in the late 1990s, there were certain cancers discovered where there are germline genetic mutations, such as basal cell carcinoma and medulloblastoma, where the hedgehog pathway has been reinitiated. Then in the early 2000s, work by Phil BITI showed, in fact, there's activation of the pathway in certain kinds of tumors, or the stromal tissue surrounding certain kinds of tumors, such as pancreatic cancer. And lastly, and most recently, has been the cancer stem cell hypothesis, or the notion of tumor progenitor cells. Why do cancers always come back? For example, small cell lung cancer is a great example of this, that there is a small subpopulation of cells that is extremely hardy, has the characteristics of stem cells or progenitor cells, which survive the chemotherapy and are responsible for the regrowth. And lo and behold, what you see in those cells is the reactivation or the maintenance of these embryonic growth pathways, such as the hedgehog pathway.
You know, that sounds like a fabulous deal, and that's the name of the game for this sector.
It is a fabulous deal.
You've got to find great partners.
Yeah.
Boy, if I could only take a page out of their book.
Like how I'm your partner, right?
Doug, learn, Doug. Anyhow. Prepared. You're the greatest in the world.
Anyhow, Michael Collada, EVP and CFO of PharMerica, PMC, said that 9 of PMC's top 50 drugs will convert to generics by 2010. He talked about selective acquisition targets, which are regional and local. Steve Carlson, CEO of Obagi Medical, OMPI, talked about this year's launch of Off the Face, a version of the skin rejuvenating system, Elastoderm. He also talked about the June launch of an RX version of the acne care product rebranded as SoluCleanse. Gary Henley, CEO of Wright Medical Group, WMGI, talked about the foot and ankle, upper extremity, and biologics product portfolios and the surrounding key procedures by which they developed and acquired their portfolios, as well as the development of Biofoam, a cementless solution for knee surgeries. Mark Weinstein, CEO of Bioimaging Technologies, BITI, talked about their Phoenix acquisitions, which helped to leverage their global reach data systems, and he talked about the potential spinoff of CatMed, which is causing a $2 million drain on the bottom line. Paul Friedman, CEO of INCY, talked about the steady stream of clinical data expected in the second half of 2008 and first half of 2009 from many drugs with different indications, including their lead drug, INCB 18424, for myelofibrosis, which is currently in a phase 1/2A trial.
Nifty stuff, man. Coming close. Everyone we read,
tons of stuff today.
Well, it's 2009, 2010. Right.
We're closer, though, than you think.
And they hit that, well, for a long time, there's been no time mentioned, right, for any of this stuff, right?
Right.
Or it's been in the future, right? Which is, don't call me, I'll call you. And it's getting closer now, and they're naming the date, and they're going to do great stuff, man. And when they do, the stocks are going to quadruple.
2009 is going to be a big year. I can see it now.
Absolutely.
We're here every day at Wall Street Media. You can find us directly at WSMCO.com. Thanks.